Everyone knows that a convention is a gathering of people dressed up as their favorite characters, but not many people know exactly what happens at a convention. So a little while back, I went to Galaxycon to figure out just that. Well then, here's a graph and let's get straight into the story. So day one I looked at the schedule and saw that Charles Martinet, the voice of Mario, had a panel going on, so I went to check it out.
I get to play Mario, my favorite person in the world, and I get to do this all over the world thanks to you guys.
I should mention that the reason a lot of the videos in this are not the highest quality is because I have my Nintendo DSi here recording this. Oh, and it's because I use my phone for the videos of the convention. After the panel I looked around the venue and saw that they had an entire video game area. We found the Smash Melee setup, and despite the fact that me and Ben, who went with me by the way, have only ever played Melee once, our friend Owen loves the game, so we had to try around with Fox Dittos. Also, the guy there told us about a Smash Ultimate tournament the next day, which we signed up for, because I mean, why else would we go all the way to Ohio if not to play more video games? We explore more of the venue, and that's when we come across someone cosplaying Luffy. And so now, my goal is to get a picture with as many different One Piece characters as I can to complete my Pokedex. We did run into a Frankie and Nami a few hours before, but everyone knows that the hunt doesn't start until you find your first Luffy. So I'll just hope to find them again later. Yeah, I never found them later. But while we went over to the food court to get, food, I saw Shanks, and at first I knocked a point for the inaccuracy going on here as they still had 2 arms and should have committed more. But then I realized he still had the straw hat, meaning it was pre-arm loss, so it's all good. Extra points, by the way, because this is the only time I saw Shanks during my entire trip, which is extremely accurate. With Shanks on the mind, I went and checked out a sword fighting exhibition, which was pretty cool. When's he gonna use water breathing? On the schedule, I saw they had Cosplay Wrestling in an hour, so while waiting for that, I went on the hunt for some more characters. I ran into Luffy and Nami, Chopper, a really good Usopp, and an insane Rob Lucci. He made a magnetic pigeon to attach to his coat. I make it to the Cosplay Wrestling area, and hands down this is my new favorite sport as it opens up with Josh Petersdorf, the voice actor for Roadhog, commentating the event as Hagrid starts brawling with Red Hood.
Drop Station Todd, who was murdered by a crowbar down to the map, scoops him up, picks him up with a
Followed by Lana Kane and Captain Carter tag teaming Melina and Miss Trunchbull.
huge spear! Decimated! Decimated! Uh-oh. Oh!
Then Skeletor comes out. To fight against Spider-Man. And this is where I remembered that superpowers are an option in these fights, as Spider-Man uses his webs to throw Skeletor from the top ropes.
Oscorp, invisible web! Skeletor can't move! He can't move, he's stuck on the turnbuckle! God! Skeletor's vertebrae rattling! Crashes down to the mat again. Peter B!
They then go back to tag teams with Starfire and Spider-Gwen against Sylvie and Ray.
Oh, now catches a vicious boot to the chin. She's back in the corner. Hurricane run off the top.
And next they had Deadpool fight against a gauntlet of characters and ranting about Hanukkah in between each character. You know, as one does. Starting with Jay and Silent Bob.
Deadpool has risen to his feet now. Oh! Dumps him out and over to the outside.
Jesse and James.
The purple-haired lunatic getting thrown around. Double teaming now, Deadpool again, trying to rant about the benefits of Hanukkah, being rudely interrupted.
Jinx.
1, 2. 1, 2. Training kills.
Black Widow.
A terrible pattern developed here with Deadpool being beat up consistently.
The Riddler.
Up and under now, Toxic Championship. Deadpool having a...
Shaggy.
Shaggy now, zoinking Deadpool down to the mat. He's zoinking him. Ultra Instinct Shaggy. Driving the thing. The chimichanga.
Not the chimichanga.
Shaggy's a fan of chimichangas too. Scooby Snack.
Not again.
And then President Loki comes out to introduce his teammate Omni-Man, who just pummels Deadpool before going on a massacre of the rest of the cast, beating his teammate, chucking the belt away, and then just leaving. But it's not over as Deku. comes out to fight Kylo Ren.
60% is the verdict. 80%. Oh, he connected. Let's see if that's enough to put him down. 2, 3.
And it all ends with a free-for-all against Star-Lord, Wilson Fisk, and fucking Cornelius from Rudolph. In the end, Chris Pratt came out victorious. He must have done a lot of training and put in a lot of work for this, which explains why he wasn't present during the Mario's voice actor panel earlier in the day. With the main event of the day finished, I head back to my hotel room to look at the schedule and see if there's anything else I want to do tonight. But not before I run into 2 more One Piece characters at the bottom of the stairs, being Deadpool and Pepsi Man. Looking at the schedule, nothing else really seems... Wait, hold up. Does that say... hentai coloring? Okay, well now I have to check it out. Holy shit, that's a big line. And this is near the front of the line. It extends much further back and even loops around the corner. Wait. There's more people in line to color titties with crayons than there were to see Super fucking Mario. Holy shit, that's amazing. On the way, I was picturing an almost empty room with like 8 people in total as Jeremy and Parker are sniffing the Elmer's glue in the corner. The man up front chose the pictures for everyone, so it was RNG on whether you'll get something tame or whether you're trying not to color it with throw up. I got the second one. Honestly though, this was surprisingly the place with the most chilled out and open people, as everyone mostly just socialized. Personally, I think the reason everyone was so carefree and open here is because as soon as one decides to go check out hentai coloring of all things, there's no longer any shame to be had. Also, I want to say that some people were way too into making good art, as a lot of the people in the room were artists who would be trying to make the most of these crayons while teaching me how to blend colors and use highlights on areas depending on the lighting in the picture and things, and I was just trying to draw titties. After that was finished, I headed back to my hotel for the night, but not before running into Law and Corazon on my way. Pretty fitting. Day 2, I wake up, shower, put deodorant on. I'm just kidding, we had a Smash tournament to go to. I got 3rd place, and wow, do I have a new level of respect for professional players, as I realized I don't perform well under pressure. Because looking back to my final set, it's like I forgot some moves even existed. And also, my hands naturally shake a lot as it is because of trauma or something. But when I put my controller down after my last match, I look at my hands and we're surprised I managed to hold the controller. So huge respects. At this point I had time until tonight's Cosplay Wrestling and went to check out the venue stalls. Right before entering I saw Zoro and so I decided to buy Enma to complete the set. Charles Martinet was there signing things, so I got him to sign my Nintendo Switch case, and then I got this sick Kaido figure. The last thing I got was a One Piece figure. Big shock, I know. But it's a manga spoiler, so if you don't want to be spoiled then like skip ahead a bit, or just like close your eyes for a few seconds until I start talking. For Cosplay Wrestling, the highlight was when Junkrat and Roadhog tag teamed Star-Lord and Cornelius while Santa watched. And wow, after reading the lines that I've wrote for this script, without the context of it being Cosplay Wrestling sounds oddly sexual.
Defending the honor of Santa tonight, the pickaxe now used against Junkrat scoops his ankles. Oh, Roadhog's big jewels.
I didn't get much footage of the event this time though, as a lot of the characters were repeats from the previous day and I was running out of storage space from filming almost all of yesterday's 2-hour event, despite using only like a minute of it. Well anyway, I had an escape room planned for an hour from now, and what better way to spend that time than to go on the hunt for more One Piece characters, like Deku, and Byleth Fire Emblem. But then I found the entire squad over here who told us that their Sanji and Zoro just left somewhere, but that's not an issue as I charged them down immediately after. It was a great idea, by the way, for them to go with the film gold look, as it seems easy to do because it's mostly white suits and dresses with a few extra things, as well as it's standing out from everyone else cosplaying the Straw Hats. So big props to that. I then got a picture with Ivankov, Uta, and even saw Josh Petersdorf, who must have done some shopping or stayed back saying hi to people after commentating wrestling. And then lastly, I got a picture with Ace. Okay, yeah, I know he isn't cosplaying Ace and probably just bought the hat, but he's wearing a Deadpool shirt. I mean, the logo is a circle and it says dead on it, so that's the closest I was getting. Although, as I was getting this random guy to pose in this picture, someone comes out of the venue door near us and just shouts, "Man, that's fucked up," which I thought was hilarious. I then proceeded to ask him if he preferred frosted or sprinkled. It's a trick question, by the way, jelly-filled. It's getting late and almost time for the escape room, so I start heading there, and it's in the most obscure spot as I have to go into this door with no indicator it's where I need to go. But thankfully the stairs gave me directions. We ended up escaping with 5 minutes left, and I would say it was on the better side of escape rooms I've done. And if it wasn't blatantly obvious already, it was castle themed. Before heading to bed for the night, I decided to give one last look at the schedule because it's my last chance to, as I'll be leaving in the morning. But it doesn't look like much else is going on. Wait, they've got it going on again tonight? Oh, that's great. But it was only really funny the first time though. I mean, it would just be kind of weird to go a second time. Yeah, I went coloring.